So you're interested in veterinary school. That's great. We can help with that. Applying to veterinary schools can be confusing, so we've created this video to help you with our application process. Traditionally, students will be applying to veterinary school the summer before their senior year. Students will use the Veterinary Medical College Application Service, called VMCAS for short, to apply to all of the veterinary schools they are interested in. This way, they only have to fill out one application, but it will be sent to all of the different programs. VMCAS typically opens in January for students to begin inputting their background and academic information. Even though the application is open, students will not be able to submit their application until mid-May. The VMCAS deadline for all applications is September 15th. I always recommend submitting it about 3 weeks prior, so that way you can fix any errors if your VMCAS application is returned to you. When you submit your application, then VMCAS will do the verification process, where it will review all of your transcripts to ensure it matches all of the course information you entered, and then calculate your GPAs. This process can take a day or several weeks, depending on how busy it is. In order for the verification process to begin, VMCAS needs to have all of your original transcripts. This means if you have attended multiple institutions, you will need to contact each school you have taken any college credits at and have them send in your transcript, even if those credits transferred to another school. Oftentimes, applicants will fail to turn in a transcript and then their application will not get verified. This can be an issue because our school only reviews verified applications. So please make sure that you send in a transcript from every single school you have ever attended. After you submit your application and it gets verified, then we will be able to access your application. We will first do an initial screening to make sure that you are on track with completing the prerequisites and ensure you have satisfied our GPA requirements. If you have, you will automatically advance to the next stage of our process, the secondary assessment. Our secondary application uses timed video questions. You will be invited to complete this through email and will be given some directions and a link that sends you to the online software called Kira Talent. You will have 10 days to complete your Kira questions, so please be sure to complete it at a time that works best for your schedule. We recommend treating this like a real interview, meaning dressing professionally and having a quiet, non-distracting background for the secondary assessment. There are 5 video questions and 1 written question. You will need to have a working webcam when answering the video questions. After reviewing each question, you will have 1 minute to state your answer and the response will be recorded. You only have 1 chance to answer each question and no redos will be given. After you complete all of the questions, your secondary assessment is complete. Now our admissions team will start to review your application in its entirety. We use a holistic approach, meaning that we look at a variety of components, not just your GPA and test scores, in order to see if you're a good fit for our program. We review the personal essays, academic history, experiences, achievements, secondary assessment, and letters of recommendation to get to know you better. If we want to talk with you further, we will invite you to complete an interview with us. Interviews will be sent from October through February. For our interview process, we use multiple mini interview format, also referred to as MMI. This format is different than a traditional interview because it asks several different questions using different evaluators. You can kind of think of it like interview speed dating. Our interviews take place on Fridays from November through March. You can prepare for interview MMI questions by researching common ones and practicing out loud with your friends or a career center in order to get feedback. We use a 2-minute time period for applicants to review the question, and then a 7-minute response time where they will respond to the question and talk to the evaluator. Our MMI process tends to have between 3 to 6 MMI questions. After the MMI is complete, the admissions committee will then have access to the entire application and review it. Our admissions committee meets on a monthly basis to discuss candidates and then decides whether or not to offer an acceptance. Accepted students will be notified and have until decision day of April 15th to accept their offer. At the April 15th deadline, we will ask for a seat deposit, which will be refunded to the applicant once they matriculate. If the applicant decides to attend our school, they will begin their veterinary journey with us in August. Here are the important dates to remember during the application cycle. As an overview, VMCAS opens in January. You can begin submitting the application in May, and the deadline is in September. Competitive students will be sent a supplemental assessment between August and October. We will start to invite students to interview with us in October. MMIs take place from November to March. The admissions committee meets on a monthly basis and will hand out acceptances from November through March. Students have until April 15th to accept their offer, and then we will notify students on the wait list. Then the VETCAT begins orientation and classes in August. We hope this information helps you understand the University of Arizona College of Veterinary Medicine's admissions process. If you have further questions, please reach out to us at dvm-admissions@arizona.edu.